So today we just want to talk about what it means. We want to visit the whole idea of connecting with God and what it means to have a quiet time. It's been called different things in church culture, maybe like devotional time, or some people, I've even heard of it called a holy hour, which sounds really pious. I don't know if I like holy hour, because then it makes you think you got to be holy for an entire hour, which I don't know. I've never been able to do that.
Could wear you right out.
So, but talk to us about your thoughts.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great topic, whatever you're going to call it, because it speaks to like an amazing opportunity that if it's true, we definitely want to take advantage of, which is this idea that God wants to know us and can be known by us. So it's just incredible to think that ordinary people like you and me could actually have encounters with God or meet with him, or have the kinds of meetings with him that actually stretch out into an entire way of life. So I think that's what's behind the idea and why it comes up in so many different Christian traditions, because at the heart of what Christianity is about is not, just a set of rules or regulations. It's about a God. It's a love story. It's about a God who wants to know us. Mm-hmm. And you get that right off the bat in the Bible. So, right in Genesis, in the account of how the world was made and the very first interactions of God with people, you have a description of God that is really surprising because of all the ways he could be described as someone who takes walks with people in the cool of the evening in the garden is not what I would expect. It's almost like God is kind of chatty. And so we get a clue really early on that what he's after is probably a lot different than what sometimes people think, and that he really wants to know us.
I love that. He's like the with us God. I actually remember when I was in college and I had been introduced to Jesus as a kid. But when I got to college, I don't know what it was, but I remember I have this vivid memory of sitting in like this A-frame building waiting on a meeting. And so I was just sitting there, I'm thinking about life and I'm thinking about God. And it suddenly just dawned on me, God is real. And if God is real and if he made this whole place and if he can be known, then what are we doing with our lives? There's nothing more important in the world than getting to know him. And after I had that sort of epiphany or whatever it was, I remember walking back to my classes and I just wanted to grab hold of unsuspecting students. What are you doing with your life? God is real. We need to know him. So thank you for introducing.
That's exactly right, Maggie. If this reality is actually possible and available to us, then it does change everything, which interestingly is exactly what Jesus said. So he shows up on the scene, bringing this whole new way of understanding who God is. And the very first thing he says is God is really close. You should really change your entire way of life because the kingdom of heaven is actually as close to you as the air you breathe. And you can actually step right into it. Yeah. It's so close that if you're not careful, you're going to walk right into the middle of that. And I've come to show you what life in that space looks like. Change your entire life. He actually did grab hold of people, like you were saying, and shake them, because that was the extraordinary message of Jesus.